In the first part of the Smart Gene episode, Catatomic totally failed to deliver the key points of the episode, which was the origins, protocols and practices part. Where appropriate, Catatomic will be providing examples of the discussion points to be covered. So, join us now for the Smart Gene Part 2.
Once I began exhibiting signs of the smart gene, my mom went around and told the rest of the family about everything that was happening. My grandmother Irene relayed the story of my great-great-grandma Brocky and how she, back in the early 1900s, was telling everybody about technologies which hadn't existed yet. I'm not sure what her maiden name was, and I'm not sure that our family genealogist knows that answer either. However, I have come across people in my life that do exhibit signs of the smart gene, and they're not in our family. So this idea of cultivating intelligence with the smart gene has to do with having the smart gene being able to arrive at conclusions and solutions on its own. Whenever I research something, I only research the basic fundamentals of what I need to do. After that, I just feed it into the smart gene and wait for the result to come out on the other side. As a good example, the exocranial intelligence program is just such a thing, but it took 10 years in order for it to come back out again. The solving of the Rubik's Cube. The story of the Rubik's Cube back in 1980, you had all these goofballs that came to class and they magically could solve the Rubik's Cube. Later on in life, they end up being like, I don't know, car salesmen. Not to put down car salesmen or nothing, but if you can solve the Rubik's Cube, why aren't you working at MIT or something like that? Or like being the mechanic of a bowling alley, right? So what I did was I would have no part of their shenanigans, and I decided that the Rubik's Cube wasn't going to be something for me. I had always kept the experiment pure, and finally did solve the Rubik's Cube. But I have something that they don't have. I have the proof of it. Out of the way, baby.
Be sure to check out Digital Sorcery Studios show page to follow the story of our quest. The new programming start date is coming soon, on Halloween night. We have some great episodes planned until then, so be sure to stay tuned. The end.